while at the bar, the load on the plumbing was too great, and Kok and Ursus ran around trying to fix it. They eventually did, applied a little band-aid to it. And last, the foundations of the bar were rocked by an explosion just south of the bar. So you guys are back at the bar. Ursus, you are underneath the bar in the basement, still kind of like standing in 3-inch deep beer. You seem to be kind of trying to work through all of this shit that's happening around you, and you all hear this giant explosion from the south of the bar. Now I'm going to need you all of you, to roll 2 dex checks.
Maybe just a straight ability check.
So I'm here at the bar. Does that include me as well?
So you're not at the bar yet, but I still need you to roll 2 dex checks.
His dice hit my dice.
5, 12, 4.
What was that?
Okay.
I don't remember.
So, Ursus, you're in the basement. You feel this rock. The beer kind of splashes around you. What are you doing?
So I look up at what my next order is, and I just start making it. I'm just so focused on making these. I'm so focused on making these drinks that, like, I heard the rumble and I acknowledge the rumble, but to me, in my world and where my head is at right now, the next order is more important than that. So I'm just like, keep trucking. You just see my hand pop up out of the cellar. I go, hands! I need runners, people!
All right, I go and check on Ursus. I say, "Hey, Ursus, did you feel that rumble back there?"
Like, yeah, I felt it. What do you mean? Here,
Just
run this.
Yeah, just ignore
34B.
Keep giving me drinks. Ignore that. 34B. Thanks. Keep it going.
I'm like, yeah, I heard it. What of it?
Nothing. Don't mind it.
Okay, then run this. And I just hand him a drink and keep going.
Ursus, there's something weird going on. I don't know. Ursus.
And as you're speaking to Ursus, these two start to let out a long, piercing wail. Like that. I'm not going to do it, but that's...
You did it.
Like that. And loud.
like a tornado siren.
Just like a tornado siren.
God.
Exactly. Yeah.
I cover my bird ear holes as much as I can.
Yeah, Ursus is frustrated. Stop! What are you doing?
Ursus, something's happening! Ursus, come up here!
Okay, so I run up there. And...
They just keep floating. They float closer to each other, and they just grab each other's hands.
I run up to him. I ask him, stop! What are you doing? What's wrong?
They're unresponsive.
I'm like, hello? Are you okay? Okay, well, I turn to Kok, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on.
What? I can't hear you. It's too loud.
I said, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on.
I gotta get out of here. I can't handle this noise.
Okay.
So yeah, as you guys go out the front door, you see the scene that I just described.
Oh no.
Oh my God! Let's go back in the bar. The noise is better.
I'm like looking out, like just like shell shocked, looking across, just like stunned, exhausted, drained emotionally and physically and mentally from working a hell shift. And I see Squidly, and I am emotional.
Yeah, you see Squidly there, and you see Body Knock just bawling over his corpse. And you can roll for it, but I don't know if you see anything else.
Okay, roll perception.
Yeah.
I rolled a 10.
Can't confirm.
Yeah, you're mainly just focused on Squidly.
Yeah. So I would say like mostly rage is what I'm feeling right now. and I run up to him and I ask Body Knock. I said, "What the fuck is going on?"
No response. Just covering his body.
I like shake you by your shoulders a little bit. I'm like, "What the fuck happened?"
So I just mumble a bunch of unintelligible words. It's like a kid when they're really crying and you can't really understand what they're saying,
Doing
and I'm just
the
like,
lip thing.
peace, the explosion, and then I just go back to crying, and I'm still on him. I refuse to be removed. I won't leave his body. Yeah.
Dang.
I'm trying to make sure that Squidly's like actually. I'm trying to hope that he's still alive. I'm like shaking him and kind of like hitting him on the chest a little bit. And I'm like, Squidly, Squidly. I'm like hollering at him, and then I like look around, like looking for answers, basically looking around at who's around that I can talk to about what the fuck is happening right now.
So right next to Squidly, like almost on top of him, is
Oh no.
is an elf that you know as Althea.
So
She's not moving.
So I see him come up to Squidly, and he's yelling, he's panicked, and I snap out of it, and I run over there. And I am checking out Squidly to see if there's anything I can do. What do I notice about him?
You notice that for a tiefling, he is quite fried, very burnt. Most of his clothes are burned away, most of his skin. He's just laying in the street, and just looking at him, you wouldn't know that he is dead.
Ugh. It's a gut punch.
We're talking like massive damage, real death.
Yeah. It's obvious that he's gone.
I'm concerned about the girl now. Like, is her situation the same as Squidly? Clearly, just like terminated beyond recognition.
Yeah, she was burnt to bits. You can tell that it is an elf, and you knew her, but she's not coming back.
Yeah, I'm heartbroken. So I'm gonna go back and I have to get her sisters.
Okay. Yeah, so you head back into the bar, and they're doing the exact same thing as when you left them, just like a piercing wail, tornado siren wail.
Yeah, and I'm like trying to get through to them. I'm like, guys, stop. Maybe you can help. Come out here. And like I'm hoping that they have some like secret elf magic that I don't know about, and maybe they can bring everyone back or something. I don't know. I'm like grasping for straws, but at the same time, like
You can go ahead and roll for persuasion at disadvantage.
17, 10.
Yeah, they do not respond to anything that you're saying.
I'm out with Squidly.
All right. So now, Ursus and Body, are you guys doing anything other than mourning?
I am, yeah, actually. So Kok has been outside. He's screamed dragon. I'm not really registering that, but then everybody's kind of running around, sprinting away. I'm gonna notice that, and then pick up Squidly's body and carry it back into the bar to try and like protect it from anything else that might happen. At hopefully the exact same moment that Kok is trying to usher the two elven sisters out of the front door.
Yeah, so the three of you kind of like meet at the front door. Well,
Yeah.
I guess I should say the six of you, Bodhin, Kok, and you kind of run into each other.
I want to help him too.
Kok is
I want to be there
pushing.
too. I probably think it's a good idea to help
Oh,
him
you're
carry
okay. So,
Squidly inside.
all right. So everybody meets on the front step here, and you kind of have like a little log jam getting through the door. At least three non-moving bodies and 4 actually moving bodies trying to get out the same door.
Wait, Ursus, did you just leave Althea's body there?
I'm more concerned about Squidly right now. I'm helping carry Squidly.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys kind of have a log jam. Everybody's carrying someone else. Bodhin's trying to get through.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was really determined to get out with this information and I have to figure out what's going on. But when I see them walking in with Squidly, I'm just like, I'm, gut punched again. And I'm immediately trying to find out what they're doing with Squidly. And I kind of, am back on my heels now and getting out of the way to figure out what they're doing.
And I'm continuing just to push him out, and I kind of see him in the corner of my eye, even though my eyes are bleeding. I see Body Knock holding Squidly, and it's almost too much to process for me. So I just like keep pushing, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So it's all really loud.
So you are able to get these 2 elves out the door. And you make it, past everybody and into the street. They're still screaming, but they're now screaming in the street and not in the bar.
So I go back into the bar.
I just start like brainstorming out loud. I'm like, okay, so the cleric, the one who brought back Kok. I think Squidly would be fine as a wood elf. He would do fine as a wood elf. It's only 1,000 gold. We could scrape up 1,000 gold. I'm like just brainstorming and like rambling, anything that I could think that might save Squidly.
Yeah, so I just run in and I place him on the top of the bar. And I like kind of are you saying that out loud or just thinking it to yourself?
I'm saying it out loud, but not really like to anyone. Like just like I'm just like overwhelmed and just like it's vomiting out of my mouth.
So
kind of. I
overhear that because like that the same thoughts are passing through my head, and I just yell, call the cleric, and then my mind like fully processes that like Squidly's like he's dead, and then I just throw up. I just throw up right there. I just get.
I say 1,000 gold. Man, we don't have 1,000 gold. I don't know how we're gonna get that. And I just kind of shake my head and realize that I'm getting sucked into this distraction is what I'm recognizing it is, and I run out the door.
And after the hockey puck sounders kind of fade away a little bit, and I can actually hear my own thoughts, I turn on my heel and leave the bar and try for the first time kind of like really look at the scene and like walk down into the area of the explosion.
And you're able to drag him over the threshold of the bar before he really starts putting up a fight.
As soon as I see him, I'm like helping. I jump in, try and help him. Pull him in.
And when as you're coming over to me, I say, I don't know who this guy is, but he has something to do with what happened out there. He's got information. I'm certain of it. Rainier said that he was struggling with Dalekar, and I just start rambling like all the stuff that Rainier was telling me.
And he sees that he's a little outmatched in the bar, and he just kind of starts like looking at you guys, and he says, all right, look, I must have been hallucinating. But just after the explosion, I could have sworn that I saw like a mechanical angel of death moving among the bodies. I thought he was gonna come for me next, but he just turned and he ran away.
And he's saying crazy stuff. I'm like, does he look like he's saying something that he thinks is true?
Yeah,
I would be surprised if he's making it up, but I'm giving him like the eyebrow, like what in the hell?
So you can tell that he doesn't seem to be trying to lie to you, but his body language is obviously very aggressive and defensive, like posturing. So it's hard to tell what he actually means, but it seems that he was telling some of the truth, at least with an angel, a mechanical angel of death. He believed it anyways.
So this angel of death, what is it? And what did you have to do with it? Where did it come from? What do you know?
He says, I don't know where it came from. I was just talking to a man in the street, and then there was an explosion, and I got blown away, and I saw this. I saw this clockwork man come and grab something from the body.
From which body?
From the body that got hit with the fireball.
God damn. And I don't know what to make of it, and I just say I'm like, get in the cellar, and I take him. I'm like, I don't know what to make sense of this, and I take him to put him in the cellar with Rainier.
I kind of shrug and I just walk back into the bar.
Okay. All right. So you are all now in the bar with Rainier and Ursula Floxen in the basement, right? The kids are like have been dragged into the bar. And they're just basically propped up. Okay. Everybody's out of the bar at this point, except for the cats. You guys.
Oh God, Squidly's dead. He's dead.
So
in my shock, I don't know that anybody is in the basement. I haven't processed literally anything besides Squidly's dead. And you missed it when you stepped away, but I vomited from the shock of it. But I overheard Ursus talking about the cleric, and I'm like, yeah, the cleric. We have to. So I'm gonna go down the basement.
It's been at least 10 or 15 minutes now since the explosion.
I'm still thinking about getting Squidly to the cleric, and I'm thinking that's our only hope for saving Squidly, and that's pretty much all I'm focused on at this point. Feel pretty bad. And I'm kind of just brainstorming out loud, and I say I'll sign over my portion of the bar.
What?
I'll sign it off. I'll give it to the cleric. He can have my cut to save Squidly.
So I run upstairs, having not heard anything that Ursus has said, and still trying to like process like how can I fix this? How can I bring him back? And I propose that we offer the cleric to investigate the like overwhelming issue with people and their illness, the same as Ryu has suffered, pro bono, in exchange for a revival for Squidly.
Guys, I think it is absolutely terrible. The people that have died in this explosion, but we can't bring everybody back to life.
We can't bring everybody, but we can bring Squidly.
And I look over at Nat and what's his nuggets and see what they're doing.
Jinx.
They are
Jinx.
unconscious.
Okay.
How do you think they're gonna take this when they wake up? We have to bring them back.
I don't. If you want to bring Squidly back because we know him, there's at least a dozen other dead people out there.
I want to bring Squidly back because I'm sick and tired of everyone that I give a shit about dying.
I don't know what to say to that.
So I look at Ursus and I'm like, Ursus, we should go talk to the cleric. You and I are on the same page about this. We have to bring him back. If I do nothing else, I will bring this kid back. We need to go talk to him.
Let's go.
I go up to Squidly and I cast Gentle Repose on him.
That do.
Mm-hmm.
It buys you time. That's what it does.
That's right.
I say, hey, if you guys can make it happen without us spending any money, I'm making sure he doesn't decay at all. So you have some time. I guess I'll Bodhin and I will hold down the bar and figure out what's going
I
on
come flying out
among
of the
all this
basement,
destruction.
and I'm just like, I've been running on adrenaline, and I don't really know what I'm doing, but I am moving, and I don't know. What do I see when I get up here? Are you guys moving somewhere? He's casting.
Yeah, I'm picking Squidly up. I'm carrying him out.
Oh, you're bringing him with you?
Yeah, I'm taking him to the cleric.
Oh yeah, we're going.
You got
And we're going right now.
Kok is not going with you.
We don't give a shit. We don't give a shit about Kok. I don't like you anyway. We're leaving.
Okay.
We don't have to go that far. Jeez. I'm just saying I'm not going with you.
Fuck about you.
We don't have to burn bridges here.
All right. So you hear this happen, Bodhin. You hear that Kok isn't going, but the other two are. Are you gonna stick around and investigate more? Or are you going with to the cleric?
I say to them as I see them kind of leaving, I'm like, do you need me to come with you? Because I'm looking for answers. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm asking them, and I feel like everybody's, smarter than I am. And I'm trying to figure out what they want from me or how I can help.
I ask Bode and I say, do you have 1,000 dragons?
No.
I said, then what good are you? Stay here.
And I don't even hesitate.
So
I say, okay. And I look at Kok and I say, I'm going back out there. And I run back out to the wreckage.
All right. So
Wait.
I shout to Bodhin as he's going out. I'm like, find who did this. Find them.
I also shout to Bodhin, I'm like, what's going on in the cellar? Why do you keep popping up out of the cellar?
I hear body knocked and it just clicks in my head. I'm like, we will bring whoever did this to justice. And I'm out. And I ignore whatever Kok says.
He's on the pursuit of justice now.
Time for some of that tears justice.
Whoever did this is fucked.
I clench my holy amulet.
Detective Bowden is on the case.
And I feel like that helps me center myself. I'm a little bit more calm. And I nod to body knock and I clench my symbol and I run out to the wreckage.
Found your direction.
Yep.
So I'll jump. So we're splitting the party, and you guys are going to the clerics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You grab Squidly's body. You know basically where Petey is, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where you're running, I assume. So
Exactly.
you and Bodhin are kind of like running together, except you're running way slower than he is. So he's just kind of like running around like this. What's going on out here? And you guys are like, we gotta get to the fucking boat. Get to the boat. Okay, so you two go to the cleric. You get Petey. Petey picks you guys up, and he's like, "Where are we going?"
The cleric. The same one. The one where we
Cleric.
were you.
Oh yeah, you're going to visit your friend. And I see you've got a dead friend in
Not
tow.
our friend, but it seems like.
All right, and so he basically kind of steps on it to get you to the cleric. You show up, and there's a lot of people in the cleric's office.
Oh my god.
Already in front of you. They're trying to. They all have dead bodies as well. Some of them are sick, but most of them have dead bodies. And so you find yourself in a throng of people. What are you going to do?
Push our way through the crowd. Yeah.
So you go through the back door, and there's the cleric. And he's presiding over people. He's talking to people, and he just looks at you. He's like, "What are you guys doing here?"
Look, I'm gonna level with you. We've got a dead kid. I gotta tell you, I know that there's a bunch of people here with dead bodies, and there's no reason for this kid to be more important to you than anyone else. But he's more important to us than anyone else. So I am here willing to do almost anything to get this kid back. What can we do? Can we help you? Can we investigate all of these, these sick people? What can we do? Because we don't. I'll level with you. We don't have the money.
You give him your plea. Go ahead and give me persuasion.
It's not, so I'll roll it manually.
Because the game's
Wow.
paused.
It is a 4.
Oh.
So he kind of looks at you, and he's just like, You got a dead kid. Everybody around here has got dead kids. You don't have money. Some of these people do. But you know, I told you last time that it doesn't matter if I try to revive anybody. They're just going to die. They're going to die again. Your friend is almost dead right now. And you look over in the corner, and there's Ryu just laying on the bed. And he looks bad, very pale, almost ghoulish.
So I'm trying to persuade him as well. I said, it doesn't matter. It'll buy us time. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out how to save him. We'll figure out what's causing everyone to get sick. We'll fix it. We'll figure it out for you, since you don't seem to be any use yourself. So you can have my cut of the bar. I don't care. I offer him my cut of the bar.
I don't know what bar you're talking about. And
It's our bar. It's very popular. We had very many guests, and it's worth a lot of money. And you can have 20% of it. And I don't even give a shit. That dude's gonna die soon anyway, so you can have his cut too. Just save the kid.
Yeah, go ahead and roll persuasion with disadvantage.
Oh no. 5.
Oh,
So he looks at you, and he's
not
just
persuasive.
like, just stop talking about a bar, man. I don't have any idea what you're talking about. The best that could possibly happen is I revive this kid, and then he dies like 3 days later, because kids, if you didn't know, don't have a lot of hit points, and it seems like everybody that gets revived loses their vitality almost daily, like nightly. Like, the best I can do is waste a spell on this kid, and he'll be alive for like 3 days. I got dozens of people out there that need a revive. Full-grown people. I can't do it. This kid, I can't do it.
So what are we supposed to do with this kid? What are you telling me? That there's no hope? That there's nothing I can do?
Do you know anybody else that could revive? I don't have anything that I could do.
Do you? You're the fucking doctor. Refer me to a colleague.
Yeah, I only get like 3 of these a day, you know?
What would you do if this was an aristocrat, a wealthy person in the city? If this was an official?
Well, I'd probably get paid, you know? All right.
But what would you tell them as far as you would revive them and they would just die 3 days later?
Listen. I'm not going to get into this now. I can't help you. Maybe I can give you a name of somebody that can, but I really don't think that it's gonna work. You know, he charges way more than me. I'm just a clinic. cleric. Cleric. But yeah, okay, here's the guy. He gives you a name of somebody in the castle ward. And we are going to stop for tonight. That's the end.
All right.
I can't believe Squidly's dead.
I know it.
I'm not too beat up about it.
Ursus is very distraught. Ursus was like starting to like take a liking to Squidly. Kind of saw him as a younger version of himself. Well, we got to go up to the castle ward.
You guys gonna go deep for this?
I mean,
Squidly.
we've gone this far. I'm not gonna turn around now.
God.
I'm gonna plead my case and try and sell my 20% of the bar to this guy.
You want to sell your 20% so bad.
It's all I've got to bargain with. I've got 23 dragons.
We got a lot to process here.